The race played out like a perfectly rehearsed script, and crossing the bubble line first was one of the most exhilarating experiences of my life. I'll be able to tell my grandkids that a long, long time ago, once upon a time, I was one of the best athletes in the world. And they might not believe me, but for that one moment in time, I was the very best at what I did. And I will always be really proud of that achievement. One of both Phil and AB's best qualities as coaches is that they have very high expectations of all their athletes, and they set the bar high. And in doing that, I've got no doubt that they're the catalyst for the evolution of the goals and dreams for many athletes to a higher level. Coming back into rowing after a 2-year retirement with the initial intention of just coming with fun, maybe getting fit, maybe doing state championships, I can definitely attest to that particular phenomenon. During the World Champs, I was really fortunate to be coached by Ellen Randall, who's actually one of Australia's best credentialed female coaches. Ellen has this particular power of persuasion that will get us completing sessions that any sane person would have left on the shelf. We trained in Sydney, most successful season of rowing, so thanks very much, Phil. I'd also like to thank Jane Spring, who's tireless in her support of Sydney Uni and who makes things like today happen with apparent ease, and whom with people like Chris Knoll and Greg Harris provide a tremendous amount of behind the scenes support with.
The younger girls like me, I haven't been rowing that long. I remember one training ride, we were preparing for Jindabyne. It was the first time I'd pretty much been on a road bike, and Bronwen had finished the ride like, an hour or two before, and I was struggling to get up the last hill, and she rode back and, just kind of picked me up off the side of the road, and actually got me back on the bike and talked me up the last hill, and actually at one stage was pushing me up the hill. And it just shows she's such an amazing athlete and such a wonderful person as well. And so since then she's been an inspiration to me and a lot of the younger girls as well. And it's also really nice to see that at a club like Sydney Uni we have everyone from novices, like I was last year, to world champions, and as well as all the supporters here today. It's a really great thing to be a part of. So yeah, thank you so much, Bron.
When did you ever, when you were training just for the last World Championships, think that you were on track for a gold medal, apart from that last 500 metre sprint you did?
Well, we were not a sort of priority boat, so to speak, for Rowing Australia, so we didn't do a long extended tour. We did all of our training in Sydney, and it was cold and it was often dark, and cold water is actually a lot slower than hot water in Europe. So, and we didn't get a chance to compete at a World Cup, so we didn't really know how we were going compared to the people that we competed against. So we did all of our training based on metres per second speed. So we looked at what the world record was and what target speeds we'd need to hit at particular ratings to be able to achieve that in the long run. So every single session was very prescriptive. It's one of Ellen's strong points, is that I remember starting and I remember seeing other boats there, but in our boat, Miranda, who was in the 2 seat, so just in front of me, that was her job to do the race calls, and so her job to look around, and we planned and had a very clear race strategy. So I was conscious that there was other stuff around, but there's that cliche of having tunnel vision, and I just had that. So I knew that we were sort of in the mix, but I didn't feel worried at all because I could feel that there was power there, and it was almost like we were just waiting to bound forward in the second 500. And then so by the time I looked, had a quick look around, which was through the 1,000 metre mark, I didn't have to look sideways. I could actually look back a bit, which is a pretty nice place to be. As if we were going to race, weighed in, pre-race row, a weigh-in, what we'd eat after, how we'd warm up, exactly as we would want it to do on race day. So by the time race day came around, it was just like going through a series of steps that we knew what was happening. Start, push hard, wind, yeah.